NG's new two-door electric car to be named NG Comet. NG Motor India is preparing to launch its smallest and most affordable compact electric car in the country. Ahead of the possible launch in Q2 2023, NG India has announced the name of the upcoming smart EV as NG Comet. The company said that the Comet name derives inspiration from the iconic 1934 British airplane which participated in the England-Australia McRobertson Air Race. NG Motor India hasn't revealed anything about the product. However, spy shots confirm that the upcoming NG model will be a two-door compact EV. The upcoming NG Comet Smart EV will be based on the China spec Vueling Air EV. It is reportedly to enter into production in March 2023. NG Motor India is aiming to manufacture around 36,000 units on an annual basis. The NG Comet is likely to feature a battery pack ranging between 20 kWh to 25 kWh. It will deliver power close to 40 brake horsepower and offer an electric range of around 200 km on a single charge. The battery pack will have LFP cylindrical cells as we have seen in the Tata Nexon EV. These cells are lighter and more charge efficient and have low maintenance than the NMC cells. NG will source batteries locally from Tata AutoComp. The NG Comet will have a FWD, front-wheel drive, system and will measure around 2.9 meters in length. It is designed on the brand's new Global Small Electric Vehicles (GSEV) platform and carries a tall and boxy stance. The small urban EV will have high-end features like a dual 10.25-inch display, one for the infotainment and one for instrumentation, an automatic AC, keyless entry, connected car tech and steering-mounted controls. According to Mr. Rajiv Chaba, President and Managing Director, NG Motor India, urban mobility is at a point of inflection where new-age solutions are needed to address both the current as well the forthcoming challenges. As we move further into the digital age, we will witness an exceedingly large number of innovations that could range from futuristic technologies to unique designs to clean mobility and many others. We at NG, through Comet, intend to take the needed decisive steps and a leap of faith in the direction of creating solutions for a better future for each one of us. Far from being devoid of character, this little charmer is fresh, bold, attractive and non-conventional, all at the same time. Its positioning is unique. More a lifestyle EV rather than a low-cost electric hatch. It is a car that takes the humble hatchback and elevates it to an all-new level. The nose, with its mini shelf-like bonnet. It breaks up the monotony of what basically is a monovolume design. The strip of piano black chrome and lead that runs around both the front and the rear lends an air of sophistication, and the low-placed headlights with chrome bracketing make it look more upmarket. The most impressive bit, however, is the pillarless look provided by the flush-mounted front windscreen, front quarter glass, side window and fixed dropped rear window. And it's rad. Pound for pound, this car has more attitude than anything else. It is small, just 2.9 meters long and 1.5 meters wide, and it comes riding on tiny 12-inch wheels and narrow 145 mm tires. The curb weight, despite the 17.3 kWh battery, is just 815 kilograms. And what's interesting is that the motor sends only 40.7 horsepower to the rear wheels and it gets disc brakes on all four wheels. Claimed range with the battery fully topped up is between 200 and 250 kilometers, sufficient for a city runabout, and charging from 0-100% takes 8.5 hours. There is no facility for DC charging though, so that's a miss. There is nothing low-cost or basic here. No proliferation of cheap plastic. No crude bits, and the cabin doesn't feel like it's been specified by a cost accountant. Bright, open and full of high-quality bits that wouldn't look out of place even on MG's Hector. The color palette and details are both visually appealing and extremely classy. In fact, look at the superbly erafted steering wheel. It even looks like it has a pair of Apple iPod-like click wheels, remember those? The twin 10.25-inch screens, placed in the same plane, just like Merc does. And there is what looks like a solid billet of aluminum with neat-looking rotary air conditioning controls. Also love the knurled chrome finish on the rotary gear selector, placed in its own little pod, and the fact that even the door pads are finished in grey and white. Of note also is that touchscreen functionality is first-rate. It is sharp, slick, logically laid out and easy to navigate. And you can even move widgets around and customize your home screen. While the screen are placed low and forward visibility isn't affected, the steering wheel does block the instrument panel in places. Other niggles include the fact that this car has no glove box. Two large passengers sitting side by side will rub shoulders in corners. There is no spare tire, and you can only use the boot if you flip one of the rear seats forward. They split 50-50. Space up front and comfort, however, is pretty good. The cabin isn't wide, but because it's an EV and comes with a flat floor and a tall roof, it feels roomy. And the white and grey color scheme helps. In addition, the large front seats with integrated headrests are soft and supple and offer good shoulder support. They are even large enough to be comfortable for hours. With no rear doors, you do need to fold the front seats forward and slide past into the rear, as the aperture between the front seat and door is wide enough to allow you to slide in easily. And once in the rear, legroom and headroom aren't too bad, and the long rear window floods the cabin with light. However, the seat is low and you sit with your knees up. Plus, there are only tiny fixed headrests. You do get ABS, twin airbags, tire pressure monitoring system, and the top-of-the-line cars in India are also likely to come with ESP. Other features include an electric parking brake, hill start assist, LED head and tail lamps, and keyless entry, among others. It may only have 40.7 horsepower, but it has very little weight to push around. And what makes it feel keen and eager is that all the torque is available as soon as you tap the accelerator. There is no sudden spike or rush of power, more a progressive build-up. But drive MG's baby with a generous helping of the right foot, and it will easily go past slower traffic. This is especially true between 40 and 70 km per hour, which seems to be a sweet spot. And here, a dab on the throttle is sufficient to enjoy mini bursts of acceleration. Switching from normal to sport also helps give it a bit of a boost. Performance, however, flattens as you go over 85 km per hour, and post this, there is only a gradual increase in speed. Top speed on the clock reads 105 km per hour, which should translate to roughly 100 km per hour in the real world. What comes as a bit of a surprise is that stability at speed on its tiny 12-inch wheels and the narrow track is also pretty decent. But at higher speeds over undulations, you do need to make small corrections as the car shifts and shuffles over bumps. The view outside is good and you are sat at a decent height. The brakes work well. Pedal feel is surprisingly good. And what's even better is that there seems to be loads of stopping power in reserve. There are 3 levels of regen to choose from. which makes it easy to set the car up the way you like. MG's Comet, however, is best in the city, where the deliciously light steering, the instant responsiveness of the electric motor, and the smooth running make this car refreshingly easy and light to drive. The baby MG even manages to ride well. Everyday bumps and regular bad patches are ridden over in a well-damped and controlled manner, with no thudder heave-ho from the suspension. Yes, large holes and big dips upset its composure and toss it around a bit. So you have to slow down or avoid them. And it rides silently too, with only a bit of road noise and electric motor whine filtering in at higher speeds. It even manages large speed breakers quite easily. While agility in the city is good, this isn't a car that enjoys being driven fast in corners. There is body roll, even at medium speeds, and grip from the VD tires is low. So it's best driven in a relaxed manner. With cities getting more congested, the traffic becoming more dense and driving, in general, becoming more difficult, there is a real need for a modern-day compact and comfortable city car. One that's agile, efficient and light and easy to drive. It should be beautifully built on the inside, well equipped, and importantly, come loaded with tech. It's a lot to ask and inevitably, there will be some sacrifices. But what's interesting is that MG's Comet actually fulfills a lot of these diverse requirements and genuinely presents something fresh and unique. More width on the inside would have been nice. A bit more performance would have gone down well, and some won't like that it's only a 3-door. Then, you can use the boot only if you fold down the rear seats, and range with this battery will limit it to city use. Still, if you are looking for a self-driven compact city car that has a small environmental footprint, offers extremely low running costs, is comfortable, well built, comes loaded with tech and feels refreshingly light and easy to drive, MG's Comet could be just the lifestyle EV for you. It could be a bit ahead of its time, and some may choose to spend the 8 lakh rupees to 12 lakh that MG is likely to ask for the car on something else. Still, MG's Comet is here, and it's calling on all first movers and early adopters. Question is, are you one? MG Comet. Price: 8 lakh rupees to 12 lakh. LWH 2974 2010 1631 mm. Wheelbase 2010 mm. Power 40.7 horsepower. Torque 110 Newton meters. Battery type lithium-ion. Battery capacity 17.3 kilowatt-hours. Range 200 to 250 kilometers claimed. Charging time 8 to 9 hours. Max speed 100 kilometers per hour. Curb weight 815 kilograms. Tires 145/70 R12.